Hi everyone, welcome to Don't Worry Wednesday, the show where we discuss any issues or challenges you may be having. The concern we are handling in this segment comes from Spring, and it reads, I've been dating this girl online for about a year now. We've gotten really close, but recently she kinda disappeared. I keep getting really depressed, I don't like using that word, lonely, and tired all the time. I hate it. I keep having horrible thoughts, like maybe she hates me or she died. I'm not sure. It scares me. Any help?
Sounds like a rough situation.
Yeah. I mean, it always is tough when you're dealing with the unknown like that. Because I mean, geez, if someone is completely gone from you were dating online. Okay.
Yeah,
She just disappeared.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense, Spring. And don't worry about. I put words in there like that all the time, and it confuses people too, or people just randomly get it. But no, it's totally cool, Spring. Don't worry about being awkward.
No, I'm awkward. That's
We're
why
all
my
awkward.
head has no hair on it. Because my hair looks really silly. So I just cut it all off.
No, it doesn't. But whatever, Joe. Whatever.
So yeah, I mean, I guess once again you can go to the absolute worst possibility, which would be I don't know what would be worse in this situation. I've never dated anyone online. Ryan, I know you have, so your input is going to be much more valuable. So I'll keep mine short and let you go from there. But I don't know what would be worse if she died or if she just decided she didn't like you anymore. I don't know what would hurt more, I guess, in an online dating relationship. I would think probably what would be worse is if someone had died and you knew about it. But man, I guess if you had developed a pretty strong relationship with this person online, sometimes people enter a new phase in their life, or something. Maybe she got really busy. Maybe she was doing something where maybe there was an accident. She had to take care of a family member. Maybe there was some kind of lots of things can happen to people in their lives that cause them to just drop off the face of the earth. I had a recent experience with that with a very close friend of mine who I hadn't heard from, and I was then calling him. I was like, we're going to get together and we're going to, play some music. We're going to make some music together. And it turned out, I had not heard from him. I was like, well, I just figured he's probably busy. Figured, whatever. Turned out he fell off a scaffolding off of like his roof. He like fractured his leg and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, whoa, dude.
Wow.
Like, I totally understand, like why you didn't call me, So, along with her phone being taken or smashed, that's pretty. Yeah, but anyway, lots of things happen for people in their lives. It's not necessarily death. It's not necessarily that, she doesn't like you. It just could be any great number of things. And probably the hardest thing is not knowing. So, man, if I could offer any advice to you, it would be go to bss.studio and get involved in the community there if you're not already. Imagine Spring. Spring sounds familiar.
Spring's definitely been on our streams a lot.
Okay.
They might be on the site.
Yeah, but the community that we have attached to us is so amazing, and like there's all these people that just will surround you with love and acceptance and talk to you and help you. And my goodness, it was so astounding to me that all these wonderful people. I see Lunar Jade here. Man, that is a high quality individual. And holy cow, there are just so many people, and you would fit right in. If you're here and you're struggling with someone, all of us struggle with someone. And man, just get around these folks that can help you out. It just be amazing. But Ryan, you have more detail with specifically online dating issues, so I will pass
Sure.
it to you.
Yeah. So I mean, I've been in a couple different boats online with online dating. I've done it quite a few times. I'm not saying I'm a master at it, but
You are.
I've done it.
You totally are.
Yeah. Yeah, that's totally what I am. If I'm good at anything, it's that. That's why they're all dead. No.
What?
Just kidding. Well, I'm not kidding about them being dead, but it's no. I mean the relationships, not the people.
Oh!
That sounds so terrible. The relationship there is no longer a romantic one, not necessarily the people who died. Okay, anyways, regardless. Okay, so in my experience, someone disappearing suddenly, again, Joe said that it could be that they've lost interest to a degree and just haven't have the desire to come online. And I also have I've experienced that. I remember I was dating a girl, and eventually she just slowly stopped talking to me more and more, and then she just kind of stopped appearing online entirely. And then she'd come on every once in a while, and I'd try to strike up a conversation, but it was difficult because her answers were short, or she didn't really give into the conversation to continue it. And that was rough. That relationship, basically, she had her feelings for me had died, so she had no reason to, no emotional inspiration to come online and talk to me anymore until it died. And that's in the past. I'm not upset about it. But it was a good experience because I learned a lot through the situation. I learned a lot through the relationship. I learned a lot about myself and other people. So I think there's something good to take away from all situations, even if they seem to end poorly. Even the ending can be helpful. There's a lot of things I learned about myself and relationships through the relationship dying, because I still wanted the relationship to continue, and but she didn't, and I was like, don't you still love me? And she's like, I love you, but at the same time, I just don't feel the same way as I used to, so I guess I don't love you anymore. And I really started to dig into that and try to figure out what that meant, and eventually, I figured out, there's a difference between love and in love. In love is an emotion that compels you to do good things and not worry about the other person's faults so much, and etc. True love is more of a situation where you're choosing to do the right thing regardless, or choosing to show them that you love them regardless of any emotion. The emotion can still be there, obviously. Doesn't mean that the emotion's completely gone, but that you're able to do it without the emotion. True love is wanting the best for another individual and being willing to do what it takes to help them have the best. And sometimes that means tough love. Sometimes that means romantic, ooey gooey, gushy kind of love. It's all different. But anyways, those are some things I took away from the end of a relationship, But I would say, since at the moment you don't know if that's the case, or maybe, I had a friend where I used to talk to them every day, and then they got a job they didn't tell me about, and then they just never came online again until like a couple months later, and they're like, oh yeah, I got a job. I got a job, and my laptop happened to have died at the same time. And so I couldn't talk to you anymore because my laptop didn't work, and I didn't have you on my phone, so sorry about that, but yeah. There's all sorts of different situations. I would not necessarily assume the worst or the best. I would just prepare for it emotionally, so that when it happens, whether it be the good thing or the bad thing, like Joe said, that you can handle it and you're not taken by too much of a surprise, so that emotionally you're sound. But yeah, I would try not to assume anything until you find out more information, because that really won't do you any good. Just wait and try to calm yourself. Don't be too worried about it. Sometimes you just have to let things be things, and there's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing that you can do to change what they are doing. It's been 3 months. Okay. There's nothing you can do to change what they are doing. And, you know, maybe you can set a date, say, you know, it's not like you guys are married, so it's not like necessarily like you're bound to them until you're dead. You know, you're just dating. So if you want to say like after 5 months or after 6 months, you know, even if you get another interest in another girl, you could say, I'm sorry, I haven't talked to this girl in 3 months or 6 months or whatever your end point is. Maybe just set a date and say, okay, it's been this long. I guess the relationship is dead and I'll move on. You know, because you don't want to wait too long, I suppose. That won't do any good. So you'll just have to kind of figure out that for yourself. But yeah, you know, I agree with Puffy. Contact her or her family. It's not going to do you any harm to contact her family or her. They're just going to be weirded out for a second, and then they'll be like, oh, you're just a friend that has been not seen her. You haven't seen her online for 3 months, and you're just wondering if she was still alive. Yes. Okay. Yes, she's still alive. So, yes. I mean, yeah, maybe it's going to be like really awkward, but I mean, if it's important to you, sometimes you got to do the things that make you feel uncomfortable in order to find out what's really been going on. You've been saying 6 months. Okay. So yeah, again, I like Puffy Smosh said, just go for it. Ask her, even if it's awkward. You can't contact her family. Okay. Then, I'm sure you've tried every different form of way of contacting you. You have then. So yeah, unfortunately, there's really not much I can do except for say, you know, people are people and don't worry about it too much. You know, you can always pray for them and say, I hope they're doing okay, whether they're dead or alive. But beyond that, there's really not much you can do. So yeah, wish her the best and continue on your life to the best that you can.
Mm-hmm. And there's a great song by Static Pete called A Reason for Our Suffering.
Oh.
I know the story, the context of the song is the Starblush girls, you know, and their struggles. But what you're dealing with obviously must be painful.
Mm.
And that suffering that you're going through, that pain, really, if you approach it properly, it can really build who you are. You know, if you don't, I mean, it's so hard, you know, when you're going through a difficult time like that, to not just retreat and all this kind of stuff. But if you allow yourself to learn what was happening here and kind of detach yourself from it and find peace in that suffering,
Mm-hmm.
then that suffering can really be defining for who you become as a person. And one of the reasons, I mean, like Ryan said at the beginning, one of the reasons that we might have anything to say about some of this stuff is because we've been through a lot of painful experiences.
Mm-hmm.
And for
better for
you,
it.
Absolutely. Yeah. So like going through that struggle will be a way that in the future you can help another person through that very same struggle. And, you know, you never would be able to do that if you hadn't already gone through it.
Yep.
So yeah, just stay tough, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Buck up there, sunshine, you know, like,
Yeah.
I don't even know.
You got this. You got this.
You got this.
Yeah.